Take a look at the immediate aftermath of a playoff exit, and you'll see a familiar image of physical and emotional exhaustion. This is Luka Doncic, a player whose offensive possession contribution is among the top 3 in the league. NBA front offices routinely commit $50 million salaries to stars who dominate the regular season box score like this, despite defensive metrics that rank among the worst of their peers. It's a recurring pattern. Organizations prioritize elite scoring, building their identity around a regular season anchor like Joel Embiid, while overlooking the compounding cost of his high-efficiency tax and historical injury risk. To understand why these rosters consistently fall short in May, we have to look at the Data Dunk NBA core framework. It is a unified theory that maps a champion's DNA, from millions on the cap sheet to footwork on the hardwood. Without this specific lens, teams aren't building contenders. They are spending their entire budget on regular season wins that evaporate the moment the competition tightens in the postseason. The framework filters championship eligibility through a macro-layer metric called the Roster Quality Score, or RQS. This represents a zero-exception law. Every single champion since the year 2000 has finished in the top 5 of RQS among playoff teams. If a front office fails to clear this RQS filter by March, their historical probability of winning the title drops to 0, regardless of the star power on their roster. Moving from the roster to the individual, we look at the Anchor Quality Index, or AQI. This is the stack's highest correlating metric for championship outcomes. AQI measures impact-weighted efficiency under heavy usage load. It filters out the ghost point scores, the players who put up high volumes but actually hurt the team's net rating when they are on the floor. The data shows a strict champion anchor floor of 1.75. Chauncey Billups and the 2004 Pistons define that edge. His AQI of 1.748 is the lowest ever recorded for a primary title anchor. The framework then layers in complete possession value, or CPV. Its most critical component is the two-way leverage multiplier. Giannis Antetokounmpo represents the maximum positive multiplier. When a player is elite on both sides of the ball, their two-way competence creates compounding matchup problems that make their offense even harder for opponents to stop. Lopsided stars face a negative multiplier. If a player is great on offense but poor on defense, the opponent schemes to target them on every possession, negating their raw offensive numbers. For Anthony Edwards, the multiplier fluctuates. His CPV is good when he scores, but it reaches historic levels only when his defensive buy-in is sustained. Two-way play changes the strategic options available to the opponent, serving as a direct multiplier for a team's offensive efficiency. To see how this scales to the whole team, we look at winning expected value, or WEV v3.0. Analysis of over 12,000 player seasons led to a weight reversal in the formula. In the modern NBA, offense is just the floor at 30%. Defense is the true separator, weighted at 60%. Building a championship construction around fragile or lopsided stars isn't just a risk, it is mathematically disqualifying in a 7-game series. These macro trends eventually boil down to the hardwood. Before a shooter even leaves the ground, we calculate the possibility adjusted shot value, or PASV. The central discovery is that an early, voluntary bad shot collapses all other potential high-value outcomes to 0. This is why Nikola Jokic wins. He has the highest option preservation in modern history, using possession sovereignty to keep his decision tree open until the defense is forced to surrender. The possession is decided before the ball even leaves the shooter's hand. All these layers, the cap sheet, the roster quality, and the possession control, are synthesized into a single superstat, the core score. The formula starts with the ceiling of winning expected value, adjusts for the floor of structural fragility, and subtracts the tax of playoff decay. The result is a single predictive number that identifies which teams are built to survive the crucible of the NBA Finals. Basketball value isn't about more threes or more layups. It is about possession sovereignty, avoiding possession surrender while creating relentless pressure. To see past the box score mirage and find the truth about your team, explore the full Data Dunk NBA Master Bible at the link on screen.